Welcome, you deep divers, to another exploration into the ideas that truly matter. Today, we're not just dissecting a book, we're equipping you for a battle you're probably already fighting, that internal war against creative sabotage. Steven Pressfield lays it all bare in his, well, brutal, brilliant manifesto,
Yeah.
The War of Art. If you've ever felt that block, that little whisper telling you to quit before you even start, then this deep dive, this is your call to arms. We're going to unpack why this book is, frankly, a must-read for anyone serious about doing meaningful work.
Absolutely. And that's really where Pressfield starts. The book isn't structured with normal chapters. It's in three distinct parts, three books, each one digging into the creator's mind, facing this invisible enemy, resistance. Understanding this thing, how it works, it's not just helpful, it's crucial. Crucial if you're trying to do anything meaningful, really. Writing, starting a business, even just, sticking to an exercise routine.
Right. So let's dive into that battlefield. Book 1. Pressfield just cuts right through it. He says, resistance will kill your dreams before they are born. That hits hard. He gives this enemy a name, describes it as, a shape-shifting, smooth-talking master of sabotage.
Exactly. And it shows up precisely when you attempt something that matters to you.
So the insight there is that the real enemy isn't like lack of talent or bad luck.
No.
It's this internal force sabotaging you before you even start, makes that first step the toughest fight.
And what's really interesting is how he connects all these different struggles, right? Procrastination, self-doubt, that urge to scroll social media. He says it's all one thing, this force called resistance.
Not just bad habits, then.
Not just bad habits. It's cunning. It's predictable. Procrastination, self-doubt, distractions, Netflix, social media, the classic, I'll start tomorrow. Recognizing it is step one. And here's the kicker. It often gets louder when you're on to something really important.
So that pushback is actually a sign.
Yeah, kind of a compass, pointing towards what matters. If it feels hard, you're probably going the right way.
Okay, so how do we actually spot this sneaky enemy in our own lives? Pressfield gives examples, tools. He warns, resistance will destroy you. It's that invisible thing stopping you from starting, like you plan to write, and suddenly you have to rearrange your sock drawer. That's it.
That's resistance. Absolutely. His suggestion is simple but powerful. Label it. The moment you feel that urge to run away, just say it out loud. That's resistance.
Naming it takes away its stealth power.
Exactly. It drags it into the light.
And it is insidious, isn't it? It whispers things like, you're not good enough, or wait till tomorrow, you'll feel more like it then.
Think of a painter scrolling Instagram, comparing themselves, feeling like they need more inspiration before they can actually paint. Pressfield says that's just resistance talking, feeding you excuses.
Okay, so a practical tool against that is setting real boundaries, like phone on airplane mode during creative time. Simple, but effective. Then there's the fear aspect. Resistance feeds on fear.
Right. He basically says the more scared you are of doing something, the more certain you can be that you need to do it.
So if public speaking terrifies you,
That might be exactly where your growth lies. He suggests a fear inventory. Write down the creative fears.
okay,
And next to each one, write down what life might look like if you actually conquered that fear. Powerful stuff.
but does it feel really personal, like it's just my problem?
No, and that's crucial. He hammers this home. Resistance is universal. Every single creative person deals with it. Even the legends, Spielberg, Maya Angelou, they faced it too.
So reframing it. Resistance is a compass, pointing to the work your soul needs to do.
Precisely. The stronger the resistance, the more important the work is to you.
And it loves rationalization, doesn't it?
Oh.
We cook up these perfectly reasonable excuses.
Oh, constantly. I need to do more research first. I'm too tired today. I need a better setup.
Sounds familiar?
Yeah, the tool there. Adopt a start before you're ready mindset. Just begin. The real learning, the deep learning, happens in the doing, not in the endless preparation. That messy first draft is golden.
Okay, so we've identified the enemy. Now, how do we fight back? That brings us to book 2, right? Turning pro.
Yes. This is the battle plan. The core message is stark, really. Amateurs wait for inspiration. Pros sit down and do the work.
That's it. And professional here isn't about a job title, is it?
Not at all. It's a mindset, a commitment.
It's about showing up
Uh-huh.
every day, rain or shine,
Exactly. Not taking failure personally, not chasing validation.
and respecting the craft. Like a ritual, he uses that phrase, a monk in the temple of creativity.
It's that daily devotion, whether you feel inspired or not. The consistency creates the space for inspiration.
So how do we actually do that? How do we become this pro? Pressfield gets practical here.
Very practical. First, what is a professional? Simple. They show up daily. Think of a writer who's at their desk at 9 a.m., coffee in hand, ready to work. Whether the muse shows up or not is irrelevant to the act of sitting down.
So the method is, define your clock-in time. Set a time, set a place, treat it like a job.
Your sacred duty, almost.
And pros commit for the long haul. They aren't swayed by immediate results, good or bad.
Right. Like a songwriter who writes every day for years, maybe without a hit. They trust the process.
And a tool for that is tracking your hours, not your output.
Yes. Focus on the input. I wrote for 3 hours today. I wrote 3 pages.
Detaches you from the outcome, keeps you focused on the work itself.
It's about the discipline of the practice.
Okay, but what about those days you really don't feel like it? We all have them.
Pressfield is ruthless here. Pros accept no excuses, period. He points to Stephen King writing 2,000 words every single day. Holidays, birthdays, doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay, maybe not 2,000 words for everyone, but the principle.
The principle holds. Establish a non-negotiable routine. Even if it's just 30 minutes, show up. Build that muscle.
And it's not just showing up blindly, right? Pros master their craft.
Continuously, they practice, they study, they get feedback, they take workshops, read books on craft. They're always learning, always honing.
Seeking mastery. Not perfection, but mastery.
Exactly. And finally, pros act in the face of fear. Courage is essential.
That exercise sounds intense. Start your session by asking, what's the one thing I'm avoiding?
And then you start right there, straight into the heart of the resistance.
Okay, so we've defined resistance. We've learned how to turn pro. Then comes book 3, Beyond Resistance, Higher Realm.
Yeah.
This is where it gets a bit mystical.
It does, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a really interesting shift. The message deepens. It becomes creativity is not just self-expression. It's a collaboration with the divine. He starts talking about muses, angels, the authentic self. This idea that when you genuinely do the work, the universe lends a hand.
It feels like a big leap from the practical show-up stuff. How does he bridge that gap? How does the spiritual side connect to just, sitting down at the desk?
He frames the act of creation itself as a kind of sacred dialogue. He quotes Homer, talks about ancient traditions, and there's that famous quote, maybe the core of this section. When we sit down each day and do our work, power concentrates around us. The muse takes note of our dedication.
Ah, okay. So the showing up invites the higher power in a way.
Precisely. It's saying, I'm here, I'm ready to serve the work. It's less about ego, more about being a conduit for something larger, beauty, truth, whatever you want to call it.
So what's the practical advice from this higher realm?
Well, he talks about invoking the muse through rituals, not necessarily spells, but consistent actions, like the story of Beethoven needing exactly 60 coffee beans per cup before composing.
Okay, so create your own ritual. Lighting a candle, maybe meditating for a minute, playing a specific song.
Yeah, something that signals to your subconscious, okay, it's time to create now. It shifts your state.
And the idea that creative work is sacred, that feels important.
It reframes everything. Your job isn't to stress about success or failure. Your job is just to show up and serve the work itself. That lifts a huge burden.
Ooh, definitely takes the pressure off being brilliant every single time.
Which connects to another key idea. You are not your work. Your self-worth is separate from the outcome of your creative efforts.
That's huge. How do you practice that?
A simple practice, he suggests, end each session by just noting, mentally or on paper, I did my part today. It helps detach your ego from the result. You showed up, you did the work, that's the win.
Okay, here's something I've definitely experienced, and it's maddening. Resistance is strongest at the finish line. Why does that happen?
Oh, it's classic resistance. You're 90% done with the project and suddenly you want to abandon it or start something new.
Yes. Why?
It's resistance's last stand. Its final, most desperate attempt to stop you from shipping, from putting your work out there.
So the tip is, when you feel that pull near the end, that's when you need to double down.
Absolutely. Double down on discipline. Schedule extra time. Cut out more distractions. Anticipate the sabotage and just push through those last few yards.
And you mentioned some bonus tools inspired by the book.
Yeah, things that reinforce the pro mindset. Like having a creative accountability buddy, someone you check in with daily.
Keeps you honest.
Totally. Or keeping a progress log, not just of output, but noting when resistance showed up and how you beat it.
Learning your own patterns.
And even writing a newsletter, like a monthly check-in with your commitment, reflecting on your dedication. Sounds a bit out there, but it reinforces the ritual.
Okay, this is fascinating. If Pressfield is all about using every weapon available, how do we bring this into the modern age? How can we use tools like AI and technology to fight resistance? Feels like a very Pressfield thing to do, right? Use the machine if it gets you to the desk.
I think so too. He's pragmatic. AI, used smartly, could be like that relentless sparring partner he talks about. First off, automate the mundane stuff. Use tech to clear the decks so your energy goes to the art. Daily reminders, time blocking apps you mentioned, Sunsama or Todoist. Maybe even use AI to quickly summarize messy notes into a starting outline. Just reduce that initial friction.
Right, remove the easy excuses. You could even have an AI checklist before you start. Phone off, check. Coffee ready, check. Mind clear. Okay, let's go.
Exactly. Takes the thinking out of getting started. Second, AI as an accountability partner. Resistance loves isolation, right? AI can track your work streaks, maybe even gently call you out on your own excuses if you program it that way.
Like a digital coach who won't let you off easy.
Kind of, or just setting daily targets with something like ChatGPT. Third, breaking down big goals. AI is great at chunking, that massive novel project. AI can help break it into chapters, scenes, manageable steps, turns the mountain into pebbles.
Okay, that combats the overwhelm. What about that voice saying, I have no good ideas today?
AI can be your instant brainstorm buddy. Feeling blocked? Ask it for 10 writing prompts, 5 painting concepts, 3 chord progressions. It doesn't let you stall.
Huh, like an impatient collaborator.
Pretty much. It can also help create those pre-work rituals we talked about. An AI could guide you through affirmations, a short meditation script, even generate a quick pep talk.
Fighting that morning inertia.
Then there's reflection. You could use AI to help you keep that resistance log. Ask it to help you analyze. What tripped you up today? When did you feel blocked? How did you push through?
Spotting your personal resistance patterns.
And finally, separating creation from judgment. Pressfield stresses this. Do the work first, then judge it. Or better yet, let others judge it. AI can be your first pass editor, grammar checker, maybe even offer some basic structural feedback. It frees you up to just create without that inner critic screaming so loudly during the process.
So the pro uses the tools.
The pro uses whatever gets them across the threshold to do the work. AI, sure. But, and this is key, don't mistake the tools for the work. The real battle, the war of art, is always internal.
Bringing this all together then, what really stands out from the war of art for me is that brutal honesty. It's like a slap in the face for the dreamer, but in a good way. The core message just seems so clear. Stop waiting for inspiration. You work to earn it.
Exactly.
And resistance, that feeling of pushback, it's not proof you should stop. It's proof you're on to something important. That's a game changer, that reframing.
It really is, and he just nails the enemy's tactics. That line you mentioned earlier is my favorite too, sums it all up. Resistance will tell you anything to keep you from doing your work. It will perjure, it will fabricate, it will seduce you, it will lie, distract, and delude you. It will do anything to prevent you from sitting down and doing your work.
It's so true, isn't it? Chillingly true. So for you, our listener, what's the takeaway? I think it's this. If you're waiting for the perfect mood, the right gear, some kind of sign from the universe, just stop. The war of art is that wake-up call. The enemy, it's already inside the gates. The only way out is through discipline, through courage, and yeah, through a bit of humility. So the real question is, are you showing up? Or is resistance still winning, still tucking you back into bed? That wraps up this deep dive. We really hope you take these ideas from the war of art and apply them. Start fighting your own creative battles. Remember, resistance isn't some personal flaw, it's universal. But you can fight it with that professional mindset, with commitment.
Absolutely. Keep learning, keep pushing through that resistance. The work is always there, waiting for you to show up.